All right, we want to start off by giving our praises to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bashem,
Bashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahushai,
Bashem,
Bashem,
Rakal,
Wakar,
Kadash.
Kadash.
Double honors to the apostle and elders of great millstone who ruled well and taught us this truth. And peace and salutations to the house of David, the elect man pushing this truth and faith and sincerity. And it's the brother Yatazakai, and I have the brother Maquar with me. All right, and we're just gonna go into this article right here. You know, we're just gonna jump right into it. All right, it says this is by Time Magazine, or a time.com, and it says we are being eaten from within, why America is losing the battle against white nationalist terrorism. All right, and you can see these fucking reprobates in the picture right here. It says, uh, when you think of a terrorist, what do you see? For more than a generation, the image lurking in Americans' nightmares has resembled the perpetrators of the 9/11 attacks and Islamic jihadists. Not a 21-year-old white supremacist from a prosperous Dallas suburb. Oh man. But long before that, young man drove to El Paso, Texas on August 3rd and allegedly murdered at least 22 people at a Walmart crammed with back to school shoppers. Bro, bro, this nigga went in a Walmart and shot that bitch up, bro. You try to go to Walmart and get some groceries, you just trying to get some groceries, man. A nigga just come in there and just in mass slaughter people, man. You know? This what times we living in right now. It says and allegedly murdered at least 22 people at a Walmart crammed with back to school shoppers. It was clear that white nationalists have become the face of terrorism in America.
Fuck it, bro. They've been the face of terrorism since America started. Fuck is you talking about, cuz?
Hold on, bro. Let me get this real quick. I gotta get this precept real quick. Gotta get it real quick. Hold on. Slovakia. Bear with me, brothers. This damn blue letter going slow as dirt. Okay, let's go here. It's Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 10. It says, "But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered."
Wow.
Oh God, it's Slovakia.
Nah, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
God. It says, but it's Jeremiah 49 and 10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not.
You got that?
Khan, yeah, so like the ox said, Esau, you been a damn terrorist, man. All right, this ain't nothing new, okay? But now, through your witchcraft, all right, because like we read earlier in this article, it was talking about the picture of a terrorist that you would envision when you think of a terrorist, you would think of a damn a so-called Arab, or a extreme Islamic, okay, with a damn with some TNT strapped around his chest, okay, with a fucking with a hijab on, man, okay. It's through Esau's witchcraft. That's his lying wonders, man. All right, that's his enchantments that he uses on nation that speak about in Nahum the third chapter. All right, the mother of witchcrafts who selleth nations through her witchcrafts, man. All right, and the biggest form of Esau's witchcraft is his media. All right, that's how he portrayed the face of terrorism to be the so called Islamics. All right, so-called Arabs. Okay, and but now Yahabashim outside, he's uncovering his secret places, man. You can't use your media to fool nobody. Well, you go into it. It was a article, or like a survey, so to speak, that was Americans took, and over 50% of Americans don't believe the news, man. All right, so you're not just fooling these people no more. You can't just put something out in your media and people gonna believe that shit now, man. All right, people not just hearing that. People not not falling for your witchcraft no more. Your power on the left hand side is waning, man. All right, and now you're being recognized for who you are, man. All right, a murderer, a thief, a pedophile, a sicko, man. All right, and that's your how about she mouth shot uncovering your secret places, man. All right, it says back in the article, it says it was clear that white nationalists have become the face of terrorism in America. Since 9/11, white supremacists and other far right extremists have been responsible for almost 3 times as many attacks on U.S. soil as Islamic terrorists. Wow. And and more than that, honestly, more than that, because you know Esau, he fabricate with these numbers, man. It says the government reported from
But
two,
bro,
Slacky,
yeah,
from
right, bro.
um U.S. soil as Islamic terrorists, the government reported. From 2009 through 2018, the far right has been responsible for 73% of domestic extremist related fatalities, according to a 2019 study by the Anti Defamation League, ADL, and the toll is growing. More people, 49, were murdered by far right extremists in the U.S. last year than any other year since the Oklahoma City bombing in 1995. FBI Director Christopher Wray told Congress in July that a majority of the borough's domestic terrorism investigations since October were linked to white supremacy. It says, yet the nation's leaders have failed to meet this menace. In more than a dozen interviews with Time, current and former federal law enforcement and national security officials described a sense of bewilderment and frustration as they watched warnings go ignored and the white supremacist terror threat grow. Over the past decade, multiple attempts to refocus federal federal resources on the issue have been thwarted. Entire offices meant to coordinate an integrity integrity response to right wing extremism were funded, staffed, and then defunded in the face of legal, constitutional, and political concerns. Today, FBI officials say just 20% of the Bureau's counterterrorism field agents are focused on domestic probes. And we shit, the FBI, the CIA, I mean, they be behind a lot of this shit, man. All right, don't let Esau fool you, man. All right, shit, the FBI and the CIA working hand in hand with a lot of these white nationalists and white supremacists, man. All right, shit, they are some of these white nationalists and white supremacists, man. If you want to kick it all the way 1,000, okay, we know how Esau get down, okay. It says this year alone, those agents' caseload has included an investigation into an Ohio militia allegedly stockpiling explosives to build pipe bombs, a self professed white supremacist Coast Guard officer who amassed an arsenal in his apartment in the greater Washington, D.C. area, an attack in April at a synagogue outside San Diego that killed one, and the July 8th assault at a garlic festival in Gilroy, California that killed three. Caesar Sayoc, a 70-year-old man, 57-year-old man, Salakia, from Florida, was sentenced to 20 years in prison on August 5th after pleading guilty to mailing 16 pipe bombs to Democrats and critics of President Donald Trump. Bro, this shit, it's an all-out war out here in America, man. It says the FBI has warned about the rising domestic threat for years, but has not had a receptive audience in the White House. As a result, agency leadership hasn't historically prioritized white supremacist violence, even among homegrown threats. Salakia brothers. Um, it says, but has not had a receptive audience in the White House. As a result, agency leadership hasn't historically prioritized white supremacist violence even among homegrown threats, for years listing eco-terrorism as the top risk. Former Special Agent Michael German told the House Committee on Oversight and Reform in May. Law. Oh, you had something to say?
And I go ahead.
Con. It says law enforcement officials say the cancer of white nationalism, the cancer of white nationalism. Oh, you got something to say?
Go ahead.
Con. Law enforcement officials say the cancer of white nationalism has metastasized, if I said that right, Salakia, across social media and the dark corners of the internet, creating a copycat effect in which aspiring killers draw inspiration and seek to outdo one another. The suspect in hey bro, come on. The suspect in El Paso was at least the third this year to post a manifesto on the online message forum Acon, Acon, before logging off to commit mass murders. Mass murder. More people were killed that day in El Paso than all 14 service members killed in this year on the battlefields in Afghanistan. So just like I was saying, it's an all out war here in America. It's an actual war going on here in America. Niggas want to talk. Niggas want to talk about war not coming no time soon. They've been talking about World War III for years. Nigga, it's a war here in America right now. What the fuck you talking about? It said it was more people killed that day in El Paso than service members in the actual battlefield.
And then that website they talking about, that's like Trump, like Make America Great Again type shit, where they posting videos and pictures and shit of all the jinx that they killing. That's what that whole website is all about.
Damn. And why is this shit not shut down? All right, but you got Twitter and Instagram and Facebook saying you can't make a statement about a fucking Edomite in YouTube, man. You got this site just up and running, man. You fucking devils. That's why Yahabashim Al gonna destroy these devils, man. And that's why he using you own devils to destroy yourselves. You're destroying your own self. It says, oh, you said something? Say Salakia.
Go ahead.
It says more people were killed that day in El Paso than all 14 service members killed this year on the battlefields in Afghanistan, Iraq, and Syria. Even if there was a crackdown right now, it's going to take years for the momentum of these groups to fade. Which what's going to happen? So what's this going to lead to? This going to lead into martial law. This going to lead into all out race wars, civil wars. All right, you know it's gonna lead out. It's gonna lead up. It's gonna lead up to the end of the world, man. All right, it's gonna end to the demise of America, man. All right, cause Esau he got so much shit going on right now. Like it say in Job the 18th chapter. Well, let's get it. Salakia, I gotta get it. We ain't gonna quote it. Let's get it. This Job chapter 18, verse 10. It says, the snare is laid for him in the ground and a trap for him in the way. Terrors shall make him afraid on every side and shall drive him to his feet. And that's what's going on right now, man. All right. You got terrors attacking Esau from every side, man. All right. Esau got so much shit going on right now. Ain't no way he can get all this under wraps, man. Esau can't get all this shit under wraps, man. All right. You got famine coming. You got pestilent outbreaks, man. All right. You got all this shit going on, people coming up against the government, rising up against the government. You got mass shootings going on. Okay, you got the list goes on, man. The list goes on. Okay, we can go on all day. All right, you America ain't the things that's going on throughout the earth in America are unprecedented. Ain't never been at this level, and it's all happening at one time, man. Esau can't get this shit under control. Esau can't even get his own house under control, man. How the hell he gonna get something under control, man? Esau can't even he can't even get off the pain pills that he got to take for his bad knee. Okay, how the hell can he get all this under control, man? All right, that's the terrorist that's making him afraid on every side. All right, it
Shit,
says
we the terrorists too.
there you go, there you go. That's what really all this is going on. He's because we not ignorant to Satan devices. So he trying to attack the white nationalists first, and then he gonna try to group uh the white supremacists, so to speak, with the so-called black supremacists, put them all in one group, and be able so he can implement martial law pretty much, man. That's what it's all about. All right, he's looking for somebody to play the blame game on so he can go forth with his agenda, man. All right,
They already got us on that one site. So
Con.
all lumped up, black nationalists, white nationalists,
Yep,
all that shit. Already got us on one site.
yep.
So
And then you go into Project Megiddo. It got the so-called Black Hebrew Israelites, and it got white supremacists on there, white nationalists on there, so to speak. So Esau know what the fuck he doing, man. All right. It says, verse 12, his strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side. It shall devour the strength of his skin, even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. And we know who that is. Verse 14, his confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. Woo! Hey, hey, we know who the king of terrors is too, man. Okay, so you Edomites, you through, man. All right, your confidence shall be rooted out of your tabernacle, man. All right, that's what's happening right now. Esau shook, man. He don't know what the hell to do, man. All right, he trying to get this shit under control. He trying to get back control of this country, of this mess that's going on, but he can't. All right, and what's that gonna bring him to? That's gonna bring him to the king of terrors, which you at the face of the king of terrors right now, man. All right, he's the one who's bringing all these calamities upon you, man. He's the one who's bringing all these terrors upon you from every side, man. All right, until you destroy it.
God,
Let's go back here. This back in the article, it says even if there was a crackdown right now, it is going to take years for the momentum. Oh, you had something to say?
all right, go ahead, bro.
Time. If even if there was a crackdown right now, it's going to take years for the momentum of these groups to fade. Says Daryl Johnson, a former senior analyst at the Department of Homeland Security, whose 2009 report on right-wing extremism was lambasted by conservatives even before its release. I'm afraid we've reached a tipping point where we're in for this kind of violence for a long time. Call halal Yahabashim outside, bro. It says right wing terrorism is a global problem, resulting in devastating attacks from New Zealand to Norway. And so when they talk about right wing terrorism, they're talking about you fucking so called white people, man. All right, you so called white people, y'all the white, the so called right wing, y'all the conservatives, man. All right, it's talking about you so called white people, man. All right, ain't nobody else no damn right wing. All right, that's you Edomites. So you Edomites, you all across the damn globe doing this shit, man. All right, losing your damn mind, man. All right, ultimately being controlled by the Heavenly Father. It says, resulting in devastating attacks from New Zealand to Norway, but it is particularly dangerous in the U.S., which has more guns per capita than anywhere else in the world, bro. An epidemic of mass shootings, a bedrock tradition of free speech that protects the expression of hateful ideologies, and laws that make it challenging to confront a disaggregated movement that exists largely in the shadows of cyberspace. Law,
There it is. They're
yo,
attacking the truth right there.
yep, Khan. That's right, That's right. That's right. It says law enforcement lacks many of the weapons it used against foreign enemies like Al Qaeda to defend America from the danger posed by Islamist terror groups. The federal government built a globe spanning surveillance and intelligence network capable of stopping attacks before they occurred. And we know that's not why the hell they did that, man. All right. It says federal agents were granted, cause you got to be a damn fool if you think the government give a damn about any of you people, man. All right, any of you damn sheeple, man. All right, the government is don't give a damn about nan one of you people, man. All right.
Fuck no.
It says federal agents were granted sweeping authorities by Congress to shadow foreign terrorist suspects. No comparable system exists in domestic terror cases. That show you right there that these people, that these governments don't give a damn about you. Here it is, you got a global surveillance system across the whole damn world, but right here in your own damn homeland, you ain't got no surveillance or no kind of countermeasures to stop fucking attacks. You fucking Edomites are a joke, man. It says domestic terrorism is not even a federal crime, forcing prosecutors to charge suspects under hate crime laws. Hold on, let's read that last part one more time. Domestic terrorism is not even a federal crime, forcing prosecutors to charge suspects under hate crime laws. Wow, bro. It says white supremacy is a greater threat than international terrorism right now. Oh my goodness, bro. It says David Hickton, a former U.S. attorney who directs the University of Pittsburgh Institute for Cyber Law Policy and Security. We are being eaten from within. Yet Hickton says federal prosecutors are limited in how they try domestic cases. I'd have to pursue a white supremacist with hate crimes unless he interfaces with Al Qaeda. Does that make any sense? That then there is the problem of a commander in chief whose rhetoric appears to mirror, validate, and potentially inspire that of far right extremists. The screed posted by the suspected terrorist in El Paso said he was motivated by a perceived Hispanic invasion of Texas. Bro, what the? This shit is boy, this is crazy out here. Pres-
Alright.
President Trump's campaign has run some 2,200 Facebook ads warning of an invasion at the border. And that's how you know Trump is set up, because he be pushing a lot of this shit, man. A lot of this rhetoric, man. You know, to what? Because why? Because he's a puppet for the elite, man. All right, and we know they all about that problem reaction solution, the Hegelian dialect, if I said that right. Hegelian dialect. All right, problem reaction solution. They create the problem, then they react to the problem that they created, then they make a solution for the reaction. You know, you devils, man. You know, it says people hate the word invasion, but that's what it is. He said in the Oval Office in March, it's an invasion of drugs and criminals and people. The El Paso shooter said his actions were unconnected to Trump. A senior administration official told Time that the criticism linking the president's rhetoric to violence was unfortunate, unreasonable, and obviously politically motivated. In the wake of the El Paso attack, which was followed by a second mass shooting in Dayton, Ohio, roughly 13 hours later, Trump promised to give federal authorities whatever they need to combat domestic terrorism. He said law enforcement must do a better job of identifying and acting on early warning signs, and said he was directing the Justice Department to work in partnership with local, state, and federal agencies as well as social media companies to develop that can detect mass shooters before they strike. But White
Sounds
House,
like martial law.
yeah, Khan, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Because that's what they push. Because Trump, he made a statement in that little speech that they speaking on, which he was saying that pretty much we need stricter gun laws, which is gonna lead to them taking away people guns so they can combat a resistance. You know, because these well, we know these everyday Edomites, these Joe six pack Edomites, man. They're not going for you taking away their weapons, man. Taking away their guns. All right, shit, ain't nobody going away from you taking away their guns.
I don't know. They had like a rally a couple years ago in Philly where everybody's ready to give up all their guns.
Well, that's where you're going, cause you got right wing Edomites, which the right wing, that's the conservatives. They all about gun toting. All right, they all about American pride. Then you got the left wing Edomites. You know, they all about love and dub, and you know, let the government run the world, and let's just come together and be at peace. All right, and that's what's they gonna spark. That's gonna spark a. That's gonna be a right. Well, we got that going on right now. Right wing versus left wing groups, man. Here in America, man, that's gonna entice civil wars and race wars here in America. You know, it says, which is gonna all lead to Esau pushing in martial law. Or he gonna be like, okay, y'all niggas out of control. We gotta institute martial law now. Okay. It says, but White House officials did not specify which new authorities are needed, nor does the administration record offer much hope. In the early days of his presidency, the Trump administration gutted the DHS office that focused on violent extremism in the US and pulled funding for grants that were meant to go to organizations countering neo-Nazis, white supremacists, anti-government militants, and other like-minded groups. It's a lot more on it. We don't got that much time left, so I'm gonna grab a couple scripts out.
The Nahum, I mean, I think it's that, what's the thing you just quoted from, something 3?
Yeah, Nahum 3.
Oh, yeah, Nahum 3 and 5.
Time. It's like your brothers, but yeah, if you brothers want to read the rest of their article, you can just um, go to time.com. You know, I'm gonna pull it back up for you brothers, so you can see the name of it. Just for time's sake, it says we are being eaten from within. Why America is losing the battle against white nationalist terrorism. And the article is by Vera Bergengreen and W.J. Hennigan. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, this Nahum. Want me to start at 4 or start at 5?
I guess you can start at 4. You want to start at 4?
Okay, well, it was just going into what that scripture I quoted. This Nahum chapter 3 verse 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts. You know, and that's what Esau do through his media. You know, but like we was going into in the article, you know, all that's starting to wane. You know, verse 5. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shem Shai. I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame.
Kind of right now, you can see that happening. Uh, all that so-called white nationalist stuff. Like I said, that the so-called white people, the Edomites, they're starting to become the face of terrorism now. They're starting to be exposed as the real terrorists that they really are. Because they're the ones dropping all the bombs. They're the ones murdering, starting all the wars. I mean, they've been the elite terrorists, but now they're being exposed for who they really are.
Verse 6. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and I will set thee as a gazing stock.
And everybody right now is looking. That's how they're looking at America as an engagement stock, and at a maze and a wonder. Like, yo, these people are out of control over there. They have no control what's going on. They over here murdered. Matter of fact, 42 people got killed in Chicago over the last weekend. Got the one guy going around a stabbing spree. Like, these people are going berserk.
Oh, shit. Bro. Verse 7. And it shall come to pass that all they that look upon thee shall flee from thee, and say, Nineveh is laid waste. Who will bemoan her? Whence shall I seek comforters for thee?
And you got all these nations leaving away from Babylon. They letting Babylon be. Like, yo, we don't want to part to y'all. We don't want y'all debt notes anymore. We gonna trade amongst ourselves. We don't even need y'all no more. We don't even need y'all. Everybody's making their own pacts. China with Russia, Russia with Iran, Russia with Venezuela. They starting to cut America out of this power structure because Esau's power is falling.
Yep. Yep. Um, Let me jump down to 9. It says Ethiopia and Egypt were her strength, and it was infinite. But Put and Libim were thy helpers. Yet was she carried away, she went into captivity. Her young children also were dashed in pieces at the top of all the streets, and they cast lots for her honorable man, and all her great men were bound in chains. Whoo!
And that's going to be ultimately what's going to happen to the Babylon.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be sold off. They're going to be under the feet of Israel. They're going to be the new niggas on the earth. They're going to be the new niggas. We're going to be naming them LaQuisha. We're going to be naming them LaShonda. We're going to be naming them shit like that. Tyrone.
Yep.
They're going to be getting those dumbass fucking names.
Yep. 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 Let me jump down to 19. Verse 19. There is no healing of thy bruise. Thy wound is grievous. All that hear the bruit of thee shall clap their hands over thee. For upon whom have not thy wickedness passed continually? Yeah, it says no healing of thy bruise, man. All right, so just like Esau was saying, even if he could try to get this under control, it would take years, man. All right, well, it's no healing for your bruise, Esau. All right, these mass shootings gonna do nothing but increase. Ultimately, till these militia groups start coming out, man. All right, and all out race wars and civil wars break loose here in the shores of America, man. All right, and cause why? Cause whom has not your wickedness passed continually, man? All right, the wickedness of America. Well, it tell you that they got they this white nationalist problem is a global problem, man. You so-called white people are all throughout the earth just causing mischief, man. All right, so it's no healing for your bruise. Yahweh Shema Shah's finna bring your ass down, man. This it for you Edomites, man. All right, this it for you. This is your kingdom, man. All right, this sick place, man. All right, where you can't even go into a damn store without worrying about a damn nigga walking in there with an AR-15 chopping people up, man. This is America, man. This is where this is your great country, man. Let's go here real quick. All right.
Like Gambino said, this is America.
Con. You see it? This Mark chapter 3 verse 24 was started 23. And he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end. And that's what's going on right now. All right. Oh, you got it.
No, you got it.
No, you was finna kill it. Go ahead. My fault. I'll read it again for you.
You got it.
God, let me read the last verse one more time. It's Mark 3:26. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but have an end. And that's what's happening right now. Esau is not able to stand. This is his end. All right, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows, man. All right, that's why you got Edomites going up against Edomites, man. That's why you got right wing versus left wing. That's why you get conservative versus liberal. All right, that's why you got these. You got these just like that devil Tucker Carlson. All right, from Fox News. He was like white supremacy is a hoax, man. We need to just all be cool with each other, man. All right, cause yeah. Yeah, man. Cause these Edomites scared, man. They scared out their mind. They know this is their end. They know that, but they don't know the Heavenly Father wants the Heavenly Father wants this shit to happen, man. All right. Why? So you devils can be brought down, man. You know. I'm gonna get this for you, All right. This Isaiah chapter 19 verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
Because when you look at when you look at the way the Greeks had everything set up, they had everybody calling themselves Greeks. Everybody decided we're going to come together. We're going to be one nation. Everybody's going to be Greeks. I mean, you look at America, everybody's American. And we know this place is spiritually Egypt.
Yep.
And it's going to be Americans against Americans. And that's what it's going to boil down to.
Yep.
And you're going to have all these, this is when the martial law, before the martial law rolls in, it's going to get worse. You're going to have Jake going to start retaliating. They probably might go down there and shoot some Edomite hoods up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Shoot up some Edomites to get some payback, because, you know, niggas,
Yep.
they ain't going to keep taking the bullshit.
Yep. That's exactly how it's gonna happen. You know, the North gonna link back up with the South. All right, they gonna say we got one common enemy. That's these fucking devils. Let's go roll on their ass, man. All right, let's start going to some of these suburbs, man, running up in there, raping these Edomite women. All right, fucking put what you say up.
No, go ahead, you got it.
Yeah, raping some of these Edomite women and slapping some of their babies against the walls, man. All right, that old spirit is Jake gonna get roused up out here, man.
It was that old thing that.
God, God, bro. But yeah, that's it. You had anything else? Yeah.
No.
All right. Well, with that, we want to give our praises to Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Bashem,
Bashem.
Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh Shai.
Bashem,
Bashem.
Rakal,
Wakar.
Kadash.
Kadash.
Double honors to the apostle and elders of great millstone, rule well and taught us this truth. And peace and salutations to the house of David. Shalom to the elect. Hey, Lord willing, we can come back with another lesson of this, part 2 of this. Shalom, Akim.